Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this reading. And of course, in this reading, we're going to explore the first full week in January 2021. We're getting into some sort of normalcy after the holidays. Of course, 2021 did not bring some sort of magic click cure for everything when the ball dropped. We still have to overcome some of the challenges that carried over from 2020. Not surprisingly, 2021, we're still looking at a lot of restrictions, and that normalcy isn't exactly what we're used to seeing in our everyday. That said, 2020 did get us kind of used to this. No matter what that normalcy looks like for you, in this reading, what I want to focus in on is how you can maintain a high vibration while dealing with this normalcy and any other throughout your week. And of course, when we have that high vibration, it's so much easier to not only see, but to engage and embrace some of these amazing opportunities and possibilities that the week is bringing for you. We need to stay in that high vibration, not only to engage in the opportunities and possibilities, but to create solutions that are going to be in our greater good, where we're using more of our faculties to create that solution, that outcome, that of course is for our greater good. We're not reacting. We're able to use our faculties and our skills to make some high vibrational choices. Now, I couldn't start the year off with a better deck combination. Of course, the decks I have for this reading, I'm going with the Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle combination. I absolutely love the bright, happy colors. It's easy to connect into that high vibration and that meaning in this deck. I've topped it off, of course, the Creative Visions Sovereign Expansion Pack. I love the Sovereign Oracle as a little bit extra for our weekly readings. And of course, like always, I have links below to all these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. The selections, my friends, this week we have Carnelian, Amazonite, and of course, that beautiful rose quartz. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you right now. It may not be your favorite crystal, but it's the crystal that you keep going back to throughout this introduction. It's caught your eye for some unknown reason. Then go into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. Click on your crystal's correlating timestamp. It's going to take you straight to your reading, my friends, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my Carnelian friends. This reading is especially for you. Like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the fullest and most comprehensive reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Carnelian friends. What can my Carnelian friends expect? Ooh, that one. From the week of January 3rd through the 9th. Affirmation for acceptance. We need to start to work on some healing and some, realization, reflection, and acceptance of self. This week offers us that ability to take time for us, to become reacquainted and understand us more fully, strengthening our relationship with ourselves. It's one of the most important relationships we're going to have, and it's one we don't have a tendency to focus in on. we don't strengthen, we don't work on at all. We avoid it, and we have a tendency to, beat ourselves up. That acceptance, that understanding, it's going to go a long way in creating a stable foundation for you in your journey, of course, in your growth and your development. Working on you, understanding you, really will support you with, of course, some amazing understanding, that growth, that development, which, of course, correlates to some abundances and prosperity. The universe rewards us for our understanding, for our high vibrational choices that we're making. So, of course, the more we understand us, the better we're feeling, and the more rewards we're receiving. It's a win-win situation. So this week is going to be fantastic for you. So let's go on and get a little bit more clarification. What should my Carnelian friends focus in on this week? Love this deck. Stand out. Time to showcase what makes you truly unique. Don't shy away from shining bright. How would Bowie do it? Oh, how I miss David Bowie. So again, reconfirming that understanding and that acceptance of self. And it's taking it one step further. Not only should we have that understanding of self, but we need to own it. We need to take our authentic self and we need to be and embrace and highlight our amazing, high vibrational, unique self. When we do that, we're really amplifying that energetic signature. We're owning our abilities, our skills, and our talents. And that ownership, and of course, raises our vibration even more. So let's look at this week a little bit more. What can my Carnelian friends expect from the beginning of the week? Well, there's your ownership. The King of Wands. Kings are that fully developed personality, where that wand is your passion, that inner flame, who it is we are. We need to have that understanding. When we understand who it is we are, we're able to take those passions and use them to our advantage. Now, understanding self can be a bit of a challenge. How does one go about that inner reflection? Well, there are many tools that you can use. Of course, you can explore self through word and writing. Another way you could connect in with you is by connecting in with that passion, that creativity. Sitting down and giving yourself time to partake in those creative, passion-filled endeavors that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. Start to reach out and express yourself as you need to express you, no matter what that creativity looks like. When we embrace that creativity, we're going to get out of those expectations and demands of others. We're going to have a better understanding. We can connect in with ourselves on many different levels. We're getting out of our head and we're getting out of our way. We allow the universe to come in and support us with added information, insight, and those amazing aha moments. So those creative endeavors are fantastic. Reflection and journaling, fantastic. You can also use a tool that I truly enjoy because you're multitasking. And as a busy mom, multitasking helps me. So before you go to bed, ask the high vibrational beings. your guides, your guardian angel, to support you in understanding you better. And what's more, supporting you in remembering those key pieces when you wake up. Then you do really want to have that pen and paper right at hand, so when you get up, you can start to write down that insight, those words, those symbols that you remember. They may not make sense in your groggy, kind of semi-pre-coffee state. However, when you reflect in on them, they do. They start to show a pattern. So there's a lot of ways that you can start to connect in with you, understanding you more better, more fully. And when you connect in with that passion, well, you're connecting in with yourself and understanding you. Let's head off into the middle of the week. The beginning of the week, we need to start to really understand us. Get a hold of who it is we are. And of course, the beginning of the week, the couple days we're looking at, that's just going to scratch the surface, guys. It's something that we're going to have to continue to come back to as we go forward in our journey. We start to uncover different layers of ourselves. So as we go forward in this journey, we're able to gain a further and deeper understanding of who we are, strengthening our relationship as we go deeper. The beginning of the week, we're looking at starting that reflection. And don't be shocked if it's something you revisit later on, whether it be in 2021 or years to come. So, on to the middle of the week. What does the middle of the week bring my Carnelian friends? The Seven of Pentacles. Sevens, well, they're a lucky number. They may be a bit of a challenging number, but they're lucky nonetheless. With that work, you're going to be victorious. Well, and we've got that pentacle, that growth, that abundance. So when we start to work on ourselves, connecting in with us, well, we're going to see that growth, that understanding coming forward. We're going to continue working on and exploring self throughout the middle of the week as well. It's a continuation where in the beginning of the week we're focusing in on that passion. Well, in the middle of the week we're shifting gears a bit. We want to have that stability, that grounded energy support us in our understanding, giving us that stability to understand ourselves just a little bit deeper. Like I said, we're just scratching the surface here. Well, in the middle of the week, we're going to try and dive just a bit deeper to have that acceptance, that understanding, giving ourselves that ability to be creative with ourselves. Like I said, we need that ownership. Think David Bowie. He had ownership of himself. This card really speaks to what this week is offering you. That ability to connect in, understand, and be that amazing, authentic self. Your authentic you, it's going to help you connect in to that soul's deeper purpose, bringing in further meaning, further understanding, and of course, we have that reward of abundance and prosperity that comes with this hard work. So, middle of the week, we're continuing going forward with that reflection, that understanding of self. Making sure that the middle of the week, though, we're focusing a bit more on our groundedness. Taking time to ensure that we have the crystals we need to maintain that groundedness, or we're partaking in meditations and visualizations to support us in being grounded. Now, if you're not too sure how to ground yourself, I do have a meditation that I brought out a number of months ago where I guide you through a meditation and we ground you like you've never been ground before. So you can head over to that meditation and use it and revisit it as much as you need. And if you're new to my channel, the meditations that I suggest, they're free. I'm not going to suggest tools that I'm going to charge you for. It feels really funky for me. So I'd rather give you the tools to support you in your journey so you feel stronger and more able to enjoy this experience. So that grounding meditation can support you in connecting in to that earthy energy, helping you to understand you a little bit more deeply. On to the end of the week. What can my Carnelian friends expect? Ooh, that card. For the end of the week. Oh, what a fantastic card. The Queen of Cups. She's the second most intuitive card in the deck. She is the everyday personification of the High Priestess, who, of course, is the most intuitive card in the deck. That intuition, that creativity, well, we're flowing back to it at the end of the week. The Queen of Cups is the most intuitively creative card there is. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she has this beautiful queen sitting in her throne on the seaside there, 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the water, and she has this beautifully ornate cup. Whereas most people have just a gold gauntlet, she has this elaborate, amazing cup that she's created. That creativity, it's going to flow back in at the end of the week. We're going to have that ability to really own our creativity, own who we are. This understanding of self is going to help give us direction so that we can partake in even more opportunities that the weeks ahead hold. Like I said, this self-understanding, it's going to be important for us. It helps to raise our vibration, helps us to connect in to opportunities and possibilities that are there. The higher our vibration, of course, the more understanding and connection we have with the high vibrational beings. They can support us with added guidance, nurturing, and of course, well, support. We have the ability to access so much more when we have that understanding of self. Now we have a couple hidden elements here. We have the king here, and we have the queen, that divine masculine and divine feminine. We need to balance ourselves out because no matter what gender you identify with, we have both the masculine and feminine energies within us. We need that balance within self so we're able to create more fully. We need both masculine and feminine energies to do it. Not to mention, we have that passion-based creativity and that intuitive-based creativity, the yin and yang of creativity. When we harness this, well, yin and yang of both the divine masculine and feminine and creativity, you're going to see some amazing shifts occur. We're not looking at that leap and bound type shift. We're looking at that stable, small, steady step, stable, shifting. When we have that stability within our shifting, because we have this amazing 7 of Pentacles, 7s are lucky. With a little bit of work, we're going to be victorious. Pentacle, we've got that earth, that grounded, stable energy. Well, with that stability, that growth, that development, it's going to be truly amazing. We're the ones who are holding ourselves back. Our limiting beliefs of self, our abilities, that's what's going to hold us back here. We are going to have that better understanding of self. We're going to have to be mindful of that negative self-talk because it starts to lower our vibration and impedes this growth. We have that ability for some amazing stable growth. This stability, it's going to go a long way in not only helping us understand us, but embrace opportunities and possibilities that start to resonate more. They shine brighter. We become more aware of them because our vibration raises, and, well, those opportunities, they start to vibrate more fully for us. We need that stability. We need this growth and understanding to start to embrace these opportunities. So let's look at the challenge for the week. What challenge will my Carnelian friends face for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? The 8 of Cups. 8s are about movement and manifestation. Again, we have that cup. Cups are about intuition and emotion. Now, the 8 of Cups talks about that inner journey. Well, not surprisingly, our ego is not going to be a big fan of this week, isn't going to support this evolution, this understanding, because that means we're going to change. That means we're going to want to move forward. And that's not a good thing in your ego's mind. Your ego is going to bring up that heartache and that fear to bring in resistance to this amazing understanding, this connection that we're going to make with ourselves. Because the ego knows the more we understand ourselves, the more we're going to be able to, well, engage in these opportunities. We're going to be able to continue this growth, this development. And again, not something your ego wants. So your ego is going to bring in instability and indecision through that heartache and fear, causing that resistance to that self-exploration, that self-understanding. To help out with this, we need to be focused in on that grounding and balanced energy, partaking in meditations, being mindful of self, so we feel stable, we feel balanced, and more able to challenge our ego, to squish it down. Sure, there might be unknown in understanding self. However, that unknown is yourself. The more you understand you, the less unknown you have about you. So when we have that grounded, balanced energy within ourselves, we're able to turn the 8 of Cups from an obstacle to an ally, supporting us in understanding us more fully, helping us go a little bit deeper in this connection. So that grounding, that balanced energy, it's going to go a long way in supporting you, in engaging with you, understanding you. Let's head off into some blessings. What blessings can my Carnelian friends embrace for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Plant the seeds. This week, it truly does start to plant seeds. The more we connect into our creativity, the more we start to explore ourselves. When we start to realize different aspects and pieces. And we have that ability to choose which aspects and pieces are going to support us and which aren't. And this is what really aggravates your ego, this growth. We're able to focus in and nurture aspects and elements that are going to be life-giving for us. They're going to support this growth. They're going to support our development. We're able to plant further like seeds. So different aspects and tools that we know are going right in our lives, we're able to amplify them, cultivate them, and allow more aspects to start to poke up, start to help us. We're able to reduce the energy that we're sharing with aspects that aren't going to support us. Think of them as the weeds in your garden. If they don't have light and water, they're not going to grow. Additionally, aspects and pieces of self that don't have energy and attention, they're not going to grow. we're going to be able to naturally release them as we go forward in our journey. So, making sure that we're mindful of where we're sending our energy, allowing to nurture and support aspects and pieces that are going to be meaningful for us. We don't want to hyper-focus in on pieces that are low vibrational, that are weighing us down, that don't feel good, and they don't serve our greater good. Those are the pieces that we want to neglect right now. Focus in on what's going right, what aspects and pieces of you that are working. We want to really dive into those creative aspects that give you joy and happiness. Those are aspects that we want to keep going with, not the ones that bring you sadness and heartache. Connect with Gaia, reconfirming that need for that grounded, stable energy. Now, I know that we're looking at the beginning of January, and if you're like me, it's a winter wonderland outside. It's cold, it's frozen, and to walk barefoot in the grass, well, you get hypothermia. It would really suck. We have to be creative with how we connect in with Gaia right now. Most of the northern hemisphere is in that deep freeze. We're in January. It's cold. Things are in hibernation. Now, if you happen to be in a space that you can go walk barefoot in the grass, you can get your hands in the dirt, because right now the dirt's frozen outside. I can't get my hands in it. So like I said, if you can go out and walk barefoot, connect in with that dirt, that grass, that growth, absolutely embrace it. And if you're like me and you can't, that creativity is essential. We need to use crystals that have that earthy energy. So things like tiger iron or tiger eye, black obsidian, those earthy, stable crystals. Connecting in with houseplants, connecting in with Gaia through meditation. We have the ability to connect in with Gaia in some creative ways. The more we do that, the more grounded we are, the more we're able to embrace us, allow us to grow and thrive. So be creative with how you connect in with her, however you can. Embrace that stability that only she can offer us. Let's end off on any further insight, guidance, wisdom, and support that we can share with my Carnelian friends for the week of January 3rd through the 9th. The Devil, the 15th card in the Major Arcana, also symbolizes your ego and how your ego is holding you back. This understanding of self, it's really going to challenge your ego. You're going to be able to take your power back and start to remove some of the shackles that your ego has put in place to hold you back. We need this understanding of self to support us in reflecting in what's not working, because what's not working is usually connected into your ego, into that devil. When we start to remove those shackles, what's holding us back, the ego has limited ability to keep us contained, to keep us from growing and developing. At one point in time, our ego did serve a purpose. Right now, that purpose is really limiting us. We need to take that control back, and we need to make some proactive choices for us. And the best way to do that, of course, is starting with that understanding. The Page of Wands. Pages, of course, are that childlike, innocent energy that's full of play, excitement, and exploration, which is something that we need. These elements are going to help us understand us more fully, giving us that high vibration, that loving energy that we need. We need to be open to this exploration. If we fear it, well, that's our ego. If we dread it, well, again, that's our ego. That loving, inquisitive, playful energy, well, that's high vibrational. It helps us with that connection. It helps us with our understanding. And again, we've got that wand, so it helps with that passion, that invigoration, that inspiration, and of course, that connection in with us. So take time this week, my friends. Take time to play. Take time to have fun with who you are. David Bowie never took himself too seriously. He was always on that cutting edge, pushing the boundaries of himself and sharing it with others. We may not be at that sharing stage, but we can start to push those boundaries in healthy and stable ways. And finally, the Two of Pentacles. Twos, of course, we're looking at that duality, that balance. That pentacle, again, we're back to that earthy energy. We need to have that balance, that stability to help us go forward. Without it, well, your ego is going to be able to get the upper hand quite quickly. We need that balance. We need that stability now more than ever. Now, I'm a big proponent of angel messages. They're there to support us. We just need to be mindful and present for those messages. So we have one here. We, of course, have the Two of Pentacles. So we've got the number 2. We have 2 Pentacles. We also happen to have 2 Cups and 2 Wands. When you see that multiple 2, the angels are encouraging you to keep the faith. And what's more, be open to your intuition for further guidance and support, which is really going to come in at that end of the week period as we embrace that divine feminine, which is going to come in, of course, with the beautiful Queen of Cups, supporting us in embracing what's to come next. That next step forward and into a beautiful new week. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly helps people find me on the sea of YouTube, which of course helps to raise the vibration of those around you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in 2021. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I do have a Patreon page. I've got lots of tiers and some amazing perks, which of course includes free readings and healings just for you. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Carnelian friends. Hello and welcome, my Amazonite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my Amazonite friends. What can my Amazonite friends expect from the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Healing waters. Oh, joyous. It's a healing week. Time for you, some much needed R&R. Healing you, rejuvenating you, and strengthening you for some amazing opportunities that are going to come throughout the month and the year. We know that one of the tasks that we're supposed to embrace and work through is some of this healing. We have enough knowledge, enough ability, and tools to start to put a dent in that healing. We've got lifetimes of challenges, trauma, and pain to overcome, to release, so we have more ability to embrace the amazing opportunities that are all around us. Think of it as having a cup within us. There is only so much we can hold before that cup starts to overflow. And when it overflows, that's when we feel burnt out. We feel worn out. Many of us are at that stage, and that's why we need this time for healing, this time for us. So when we do that healing, we start to release aspects and pieces that are holding us back. They're not serving our greater good. When we start to tip out some of that unneeded stuff in our cup, leaving space for ideas, possibilities, and opportunities that are going to be high vibrational, that are going to be meaningful, and that are going to support us on our journey rather than hinder. Now, there are so many ways that we can start to heal ourselves. I've got a meditation playlist where I collaborated with the archangels. Any and all of those would support you with your healing. And if you're new to this channel, don't worry, that playlist, absolutely free. Visit it and revisit it as much as you want. These tools are for you. I'm not going to recommend supports and tools where I'm going to charge you for it. That feels really funky. We need to have tools to support us in this lifetime so we can engage with these amazing opportunities, this growth, this development. So, back to that playlist. Pick whichever one, or, well, as many as you want, resonate with you. That healing, it's going to support you each time you participate in that meditation. Another thing that would support you, of course, we have healing waters. Well, that water aspect. Many of us indulged over the holidays. Clearing our system out with adding in that extra glass of water would support us in degunking that physical body. I'm not a big supporter of different cleanses and different starvation modalities. We need to use some tried and true methods that don't necessarily tax the body even more. Adding in, like I said, that extra glass of water or two will go a long way in starting to naturally clear out your body. You can also set intentions. I know it sounds crazy, but before you drink that water, direct it. Say, I want to clear out my system. I want to degunk it. And then visualize that water sparkling white and clear. And then drink it. It's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to make you feel less heavy. Again, tapping into a natural tool that's right at hand. Let's get a little bit more clarification here. What should my Amazonite friends focus in on this week? And of course, another tool as I'm looking up and he's pouring water over his face, setting intentions when you bathe and shower. That you're going to clear and heal yourself during your time in the water. Then visualize that heavy gunkiness being released from you, and then visualize that water, well, starting to heal you, replacing that dark, gunky buildup with that beautiful, clear, sparkling water. Now don't worry, that visualization, that gunky buildup, your guardian angel is with you and will transmute that energy back to a high vibrational one for your greater good and the greater good of those around you. It's really a win-win situation. Like I said, this healing, there's so many ways we can do it. Supply. Collect the resources you need for the work. Make sure you are ready to meet the demand. Everything you need is right, well, it says probably right in front of you. It is. It's right in front of you. You have the abilities, the skills, the tools that you need to overcome and start to work on this clearing out, this healing. You can see in the background how that tree is withering and dying. Well, different aspects of us have done that. We need to connect in to this life-giving source and utilize it to our advantage. It is there. The most important thing is embracing that supply, using that water in its natural form to support us, to heal us, and to rejuvenate us. Getting rid of some of that gunky buildup, and you'd be surprised at how that energy starts to skyrocket. Let's get into this week a little bit more. What can my Amazonite friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Nine of Pentacles. Such a fantastic card to start off with. The beginning of the week, taking some time, reflecting in on what's going right. Like I said in the introduction, we're going to be struggling a bit. We have to return to that rat race, to that daily grind. We're not in holiday mode anymore. We're in focus mode. So, one of the ways that we can help to raise our vibration, help to focus in on what's important, is to reflect in on what's going right, what we can work on, what we can add to support us in further healing and growth. Of course, these two elements are interrelated, and the more you work on your healing, well, that opens you up for more amazing abundances, aspects and pieces that are going to work for you. We're doing some modification and clearing out of our cup, which will be rewarded. Our hard work is not being left unnoticed. The universe rewards us. When we work on aspects and pieces that are going to support us in our journey, help to raise our vibration and get prepared for what's to come, well, that abundance, it will follow. That growth, again, it follows. When we have space available, well, the universe is going to fill it with life-giving aspects. That reward, it's going to be felt, especially when we start to focus in on what's going right. We can focus in on that healing right here and right now. We don't have to wait for next week to start to focus in on our healing. When we start right away, we start taking care of us, well, we can start to focus in on some of that reward. We can see that rolling in. Just like any good parent, the universe is going to say, great job, here you go. Here's your gold star. Here's your abundance and your prosperity. The more we reflect on and take stock of what's going right in our life, again, the universe rewards us for that. So, obviously, the more healing and the more attention to what's going right, that high vibration, it'll be rewarded. The beginning of the week, we're really looking at having our cake and eating it too. What about the middle of the week? What does the middle of the week bring my Amazonite friends? a really good week for you guys. Like, really good. The 19th card in the Major Arcana, the Sun, adds to our growth, adds to our development, and adds a whole bucket full of love to support us in our healing. The middle of the week, we continue to see that amazing shift, that reward, that abundance, and the more we're clearing out, well, the better we're feeling. When we take time for us, we make those high vibrational, proactive choices for our greater good. Well, the sun shines down on us, radiating that loving universal energy. So, the beginning of the week, we start off on a good high, and we continue to see it transcend through the middle of the week. And we're off to the end of the week already. What does the end of the week bring my Amazonite friends? The 10 of Wands. And no, it doesn't mean that we're exasperated and overburdened. Actually, the opposite is true here. Because we've been doing some work, we've been working on our healing, setting those intentions. Because, like I said earlier, healing doesn't mean that you have to go in and do an elaborate process of something. You can set intentions before you take a shower, before you have that glass of water. Tasks that we do on a regular basis. Just putting more intention. Setting out those guidelines on what you want to see happen. That is going to be the healing that's going to be most beneficial for us. We're using that water to our advantage. We're going to see at the end of the week a big shift, a rebalance. We've been able to degunk our cup a bit. We're not at a point of overflow. We have that space that the universe has kindly shared some amazing emerging aspects and pieces that are high vibrational and meaningful, helping to strengthen us, balance us out so we don't feel so overwhelmed. Our cup is no longer overflowing. It helps to end off our week on a fantastic high note. Helps us again to be open to some amazing opportunities and possibilities that are going to come. These aspects and pieces that the universe has blessed us with will support us, not only in this week to help us with that balance, but in the weeks and months to come. When we plant seeds, we plant those emerging aspects and pieces, that growth, that development, well, only we hold it back. We need to take that time to nurture us, to heal us, so that we can strengthen all these amazing high vibrational aspects of ourselves. Let's go into some blessings. What blessing can my Amazonite friends embrace for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Gratitude and thanks. Sending that loving energy out to the universe, to ourselves, to all the hard work that we've done. We need to be thankful for this time that we give ourselves to make ourselves feel stronger, to help us rejuvenate, to help us heal. Like I said, it's an important element of what we're doing in this lifetime. Sending that gratitude towards ourselves will go a long way in inspiring us to do further work, to continue this journey, to continue what it is we started and set out in this week. accept love. Stepping off of the gratitude, we need to be open to the love. Many times we are so used to just negatively bashing ourselves. When we send that love and gratitude to ourselves, well, that self-love is sometimes missed. Whether we don't feel we're worthy or that we kind of feel it's corny. We don't accept the love for the face value of that high vibrational energy that helps to rejuvenate and restore us even more. Which, of course, speaks to that loving energy that the universe wants to share. We need to be open to it as well. Be open to the experience. When we put expectations on to what that abundance looks like or what that love and joy should look like, we start to limit our ability to embrace it. We need to be open to this experience for what it is. That's going to help us raise our vibration. It's going to help us heal more fully and have a better understanding of not only what the universal love looks like, but how it can change forms. That flexibility, it's going to be important. We need to be open to different aspects and ideas that may not be something of a norm, because the universe, it's going to help us redirect us to a more meaningful path. We need this realignment so that we are able to gain the fulfillment and joy that we're looking for. We signed up for a particular journey, and most of us aren't living it. That realignment, it's necessary. And to get realigned and get on that right path, well, we have some work before we can get going on it. Now, I did forget the challenge of the week, so we're going to head back and do the challenge. What challenge will my Amazonite friends face for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Now, a lot of people resist the challenge. Challenges help us gain a connection in with what we're doing. If everything was really easy peasy, we wouldn't really have a connection. We'd be like, oh, yeah, just doing that, no problem. Healing, snap, we're done. That's not the experience we signed up for. We need these obstacles to give us a bit of a challenge, to help us use our skills and our abilities in new ways. When we do that, we really reap the rewards. We have a connection to what it is we've achieved. So that challenge, it is meaningful. It just sometimes doesn't feel like it. Justice, the 11th card in the Major Arcana. Well, our biggest challenge, of course, is going to be that balance. We're going to have that instability that our ego is going to, well, penetrate and bombard us with. Anytime you use the word healing, well, your ego responds, because it's a bad word for your ego. Because healing, well, that is equal to change. And change, that's a bad thing for your ego. So your ego is going to create instability and indecision on how to heal. How you can fully connect in with this abundance and love. Because really, not sure we're worthy of said love. Who said we were? That negative self-talk, that bashing, that instability, it's going to really impact our ability to connect in to all these amazing aspects and pieces that are going right. Ways that we can combat that, of course, through grounding ourselves, and of course, using some crystals to help us with that grounding earthy energy. Now, you can also use a meditation I brought out many months ago, where I collaborated with Archangel Raguel. In this meditation, we work together to rebalance our thoughts and our beliefs about self. It's going to go a long way in checking in to some of that negative self-talk. helping you to turn the Justice card from an obstacle to an ally, giving us that balance, giving us that determination, and a little bit of a better understanding of what it is we can achieve in this week. When we ground ourselves, when we connect in, and we heal ourselves on a variety of different levels, we're able to overcome and gain insight into what it is this week is going to offer us. Additionally, the Justice, she's a gatekeeper card. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she has a woman sitting on it's a concrete pillar or concrete bench with pillars behind her. And she has kind of this reddy purple curtain behind her. Now, an important note, she is not blindfolded in any way. She can see the truth. She uses all her faculties to see it. When we embrace the truth, we cut through some of the buildup and that toxic energy, that gunky buildup, because again, in the original card, instead of a law book in one of her hands, she has the sword of truth and knowledge. In the other, she has the scale. That sword of truth and knowledge can support us in getting rid of some of this burden, this gunky buildup, helping us to take that rite of passage and that next step into raising our vibration and being open to the opportunities and the possibilities that are all around us. So we do have the ability to take our challenge and use it to our advantage. We have to put some work into it because no one else can do it for us. This is our journey. We need to work on us, giving ourselves time and permission to do so. When we do that, we do shift that energy. We're able to use the tools and supplies that we have right at hand to our advantage. So let's end off on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my Amazonite friends for the week of January 3rd through the 9th. The Five of Pentacles. Fives in tarot, they're always that challenge. The Five of Pentacles talks about that disconnect. Many of us, given all that's happened in 2020, feel more disconnected than we have in years. Disconnected from our physical support team and our spiritual support team. We need to work on self, heal us, which of course opens us up to that love, to those nurturing, high vibrational aspects that are going to support us, helping us with that connection, helping us to accept that love. Right now, without this healing, we're not going to be able to open ourselves up to it. We're going to beat ourselves up, and that self-worth, it's really going to take a bit of a pummeling. With this healing, however, we're opening ourselves up to things, to energies, to people, because we're reducing the burden. We're tipping out some of that yucky gunkiness that's being held in our cup. And we're leaving space for that love, for that gratitude, that high vibrational energy, those aspects and pieces that are going to be more meaningful. They're going to support you in your journey rather than this disconnect. Additionally, as we start to degunk ourselves and deburden ourselves, we raise our vibration, helping us to connect in to our high vibrational support team. Those high vibrational beings that are going to help guide us through that rite of passage to that next stage, that next step. The Four of Wands. Reconfirming that rite of passage, and what's more, it's just not that next stage. It's celebrating this shift. Celebrating that you don't feel so overwhelmed and burdened, where you're able to enjoy what's right at hand, living in the present and enjoying these opportunities, these possibilities that are all around you, helping you again to step through the rite of passage that comes with the Four of Wands, the added stability, the added high vibration supports us in taking those next steps forward, having a better understanding of ourselves, giving ourselves more of an ability to be open to the experiences, to the wonders that the universe has in store for us. One of my favorite pages, the Page of Cups. Of course, that Page of Cups lends the flexibility that I spoke of earlier. Additionally, on top of that flexibility, the page adds that playful, that enthusiastic energy that comes with that childlike energy of the page. We need to have fun this week. We can't dread or feel overwhelmed or burdened by this healing. Like I said, we can easily add it into our everyday. It doesn't have to be a big piece or some sort of ceremony that's elaborate. It can be if there's meaning to that for you. However, like I said, it can be easy as setting those intentions when you're doing everyday tasks. Additionally, asking the high vibrational beings to come in, even if we're feeling disconnected, they're not disconnected from us. Asking them to come in and support you with your healing throughout the week will support you in reconnecting in with them and working on that relationship. We need to use our creativity and our flexibility when it comes to, healing us. What's going to work and resonate for you may not resonate with others. Using the tools, the abilities that you have to your advantage to really clear your system out and embrace the love and wonder that this week offers you. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly helps people find me on the sea of YouTube, which of course truly helps people find me on the sea of YouTube, which of course helps to raise the vibration of those around you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in 2021. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I do have a Patreon page. I've got lots of tiers and some amazing perks, which of course includes free readings and healings just for you. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Amazonite friends. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week holds for my rose quartz friends. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Transformation and change. This is going to be a fantastic week that brings in some much needed change. Many of us had been praying for some change to come forward from the calendar change of 2020 to 2021. Well, we're going to have that personal development this week. We need to be mindful of our vibration, because the higher our vibration, the more able we're going to be to embrace these amazing opportunities of development and growth. Now, of course, we're not looking at leaps and bounds changes here. We're not looking at that weird phenomenon of making New Year's resolutions. This is change that is going to be stable. It's going to be small, steady steps. You're going to be able to maintain it and sustain it. We don't want that New Year's resolution fad where you make some big leaps and bounds and then 2 days later you're back to that regressed state. We want to be able to maintain it and sustain this change for our greater good, especially in that long run. Let's get a little bit more clarity here. What should my Rose Quartz friends focus in on for this week? Voice, speak the truth in your heart. Are you being loud enough? Look for the consistent threads and make your body of work feel like it could only come from you. That voice, that connection to self, understanding you, understanding that heart center, speaking your truth. These all are elements of this evolution, of this progression that stems from that understanding of you, and what's more, understanding and trusting the universe and these opportunities that it's offering you. When we speak our truth, when we live that authentic self, well, natural changes occur and we don't hesitate. We can embrace them more fully because we have a better understanding of who we are and what's going to support us and resonate deep within us. So that understanding of self, it's going to go a long way in embracing this amazing opportunity that the week brings you. Let's get into this a little bit more. Let's see what the week brings. What can my Rose Quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Queen of Swords. And there's your understanding. There's your knowledge. We need to use those critical thinking skills now more than ever. The week is going to bring some pretty turbulent energies. We're having people return to that workforce after that long holiday. And some of us are more excited than others to return to that workforce. Some are going to have the added burdens of post-holiday blues, added stress and burdens of bills and other demands that they're dealing with. We need to use our head to help discern that best choice and course of action. We can't respond in that gut response that is going to be so easy and tempting to respond in when you're dealing with others. The beginning of the week, we need to use our critical thinking skills. We need to use that assessment ability to discern what reaction and course of action we need to take for our greater good. The Queen also lends her knowledge, her stability, and guidance in supporting us and understanding us a little bit more fully. Because like I said, that authentic self, that understanding of you will support you in embracing these amazing opportunities. We're going to be able to connect in with these opportunities if our vibration is high. We're going to be able to fully immerse ourselves in all that the opportunity offers, because it starts to radiate more. We connect in with and resonate with it even more. So that vibration, it's important. On top of which, if we understand ourselves more fully, we're able to connect in more fully and at a deeper level to this opportunity, to this development. We have a better understanding of how it's going to impact us and support us for our greater good in the long run. So that understanding of self, it's going to be important as well. Giving yourself some time and energy to do some reflection, to connect in with you, to help you understand you a little bit more. That reflection, that understanding, it's really going to support you in embracing these amazing opportunities that are going to present themselves throughout the week. What about the middle of the week? What can my rose quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? The Knight of Swords. Knights, of course, that no fear energy. That sword, again, we're back to that truth, to that knowledge. We're going to need to start to take some action on this knowledge. It's one thing to have knowledge. It's another thing to use it to our advantage. We need to start to put action to what it is we know. Put action to this transformation. Start to embrace these opportunities as they rise. They're going to come forward with you, and you need to be able to incorporate them into your everyday. And the opportunities may be blaringly obvious and some more subtle. Slowing down, being present, using your courage and determination to embrace them, to utilize them for your greater good, allowing for that progression, that change to naturally occur. So the middle of the week, again, we're going with our head, not our heart. We need to use our critical thinking skills, planning things out, and then taking those steps forward. We don't want to have this knowledge and sit idly by, because we will miss some of this transformation. Some of you will be blessed as this transformation is a natural progression. Others, we could miss this transformation altogether. That idle bystander effect, well, we get nowhere with it. We need active participation. And what's more, we need present active participation to fully embrace all this amazing opportunities, all these amazing possibilities that this week is offering you. The more present we are in the here and now, and the more we're engaged in our everyday and what's happening all around us, we're going to be able to embrace these opportunities quite easily. What about apparently there's your end of your week. The end of the week. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the end of the week? The Seven of Wands. Now, sevens, of course, you're looking at a bit of a challenge card. However, with some work, you're going to be very victorious. Well, the end of the week, your ego is going to catch on what you're doing, and it's going to give you some inner resistance. Your ego, it doesn't like transformation or change. It's a bad thing for it. We're going to have some of that negative self-talk, disbelief, and, resistance come up. Holding true to what it is we know, because we've got the knowledge of the Queen and the Knight of Swords. Holding true to that knowledge of self. Holding true to the trust in the universe. And not backing down. We have the courage and determination of the Knight. It's an adolescent energy that has no fear. Plus, we have the courage and determination of that passion, that fire within us, using it to our advantage to, easily combat our ego. can be a bit of a challenge, sure. However, with some persistence, with some clear thinking, and that inner passion, you are able to easily squash down your ego and truly embrace this transformation. And what's more, you're able to truly maintain this transformation. That's why I like the small, steady steps. It's easier to maintain than the leaps and bounds. And that maintenance phase, it's just as important as the transformation itself. So let's go on to the challenge. Yes, your ego is going to challenge you at the end of the week, but let's look at the weekly challenge in itself. What challenge will my rose quartz friends face for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a movement card. In the Two of Wands, we make decisions. In the Three, well, we make action to those decisions. We start to put our plan and set it into action. Well, we're going to feel a little bit stagnant. Sure, the ego is going to be part of that stagnation because we're going to have that resistance. However, it's more than that. It's a compound of that resistance, but it's also adding on to the burdens and those feelings of being overwhelmed that we're carrying in to the new year. 2020, it taxed us a lot. The holidays, it added even more. We're feeling kind of burnt out and overwhelmed. We need to rejuvenate us, strengthen us, so we have the energy to put into this. Because right now, we don't. We're lacking that. One way that I can help you out with some of this exhaustion, well, is through a few meditations. One, of course, is my stability meditation that I brought out months ago, helping you to bring in that stable foundation, help give you a little bit of that peace and quiet to strengthen you. A little bit of rest can go a long way in invigorating you so you feel more able to take things on. Additionally, in the middle to end of the week, I'm going to be releasing another meditation. So I'm giving you a bit of a sneak peek. I'm going to be releasing, and get this, a rest and rejuvenation meditation. Fantastic meditation that isn't quite ready at the beginning of the week. So later in the week I will be releasing it. It will be one that will be able to support you with a little bit of R&R to strengthen you. Even with any meditation, you're taking time for you. You're calming your inner system. That control of your breath helps you to calm your inner system. It's a win-win when it comes to feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So you're able to turn with some meditation and some work on your part, that Three of Wands, from a challenge to an ally, supporting you and really embracing all that this week offers, all these opportunities and possibilities. Yes, we need to put some work in for ourselves. However, that also helps us to connect in with us, understand us, bring in that harmony within us. And of course, that's going to go a long way in not only this week, but supporting us in opportunities and possibilities, further development and growth in the weeks to come. So let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my rose quartz friends embrace for the week of January 3rd through the 9th? Affirmation for healing the heart. Taking that time for you and healing you will go a long way in rejuvenating you, in strengthening you, and giving you space for the change that's to come. Think of it as having a cup within you. When the cup is full and brimming, it starts to swell and overflow. It can't take much more. That's when you get that overwhelmed, exhausted feeling. When we start to heal, we're taking out those pieces and aspects from the cup that aren't serving you, giving you more space, more energy for new and emerging aspects that are going to serve you. So that healing goes a long way in embracing the opportunities, supporting you in having the energy to do what it is you want to do. Now, I do have a number of healing meditations where I've collaborated with the archangels. Below in the description box, I have a link to that playlist. You can go through and check into what meditation resonates with you. When you're looking at that healing, especially the healing of the heart, there's so many meditations that would support you in this healing. Now, I should say for my friends who are new to this channel, all the meditations that I'm talking about, they're free for you. They're free for everybody. I'm not going to recommend tools that I'm going to charge you for. It feels all sorts of icky to try and do something like that. So I've brought out tools to support you in this journey, in embracing all the opportunities that this lifetime has for you, so that you can start to, connect in and live that authentic self and enjoy this lifetime. So that healing of the heart, it's going to really invigorate you to embrace these opportunities more fully and have the space for these opportunities rather than adding to that burden. Meditation for peace and serenity. Like I said, that R&R meditation, it's going to support you. And actually any meditation. We're calming our system. We're taking control of our breath. We're taking control of our breath, bringing in peace within ourselves. Of course, that adds to the stability that we're going to create with the high vibration we're maintaining. And that stable energy supports us in embracing these opportunities even further, as of course we're working on self. And that self-healing, that self-care, like I said, it strengthens us and it gives us that space to embrace these high vibrational, supportive elements that are going to take you further into your journey, that are going to support you more, not only for this week, but weeks to come. So let's end off on any further insight, guidance, and support that we can share with my Rose Quartz friends for the week of January 3rd through the 9th. The Tower, the 16th card in the Major Arcana. Now, the Tower can be kind of scary, but here we're working with the Tower. This change, this evolution, these opportunities, like I said earlier, many of us, they are opportunities that have to happen. They're natural. While others, we're now seeing that these opportunities are going to be as a result of the universe, kicking us a bit in the high knee. This evolution, this transformation, it's needed, like I just said, for our greater good. And the universe, it's not going to let you sit by idly anymore. The more we embrace these opportunities, the less the kick in the butt will be. The more we utilize our knowledge and understanding to our advantage, like I said, the less that universe is going to strike us. Working with this week rather than resisting, well, it's going to go a long way in lessening that lightning bolt. The Two of Pentacles. that balanced, grounded energy. It's going to go a long way in strengthening you and embracing these opportunities. Embracing you. All of you. That authentic you. The more balanced we are, the more we're going to be able to make that connection and embrace these opportunities. And, of course, lessen the tower's kick. Of course, meditation supports us in that grounding and in that balance. When we utilize the tools at hand, we, of course, make it a lot easier for us to overcome the challenges, the demands of what we're facing. We don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. We can use these tools to our advantage. And finally, the Queen of Pentacles, really reaffirming that need to be grounded, the need for nurturing self. Yes, it may be a bit of a challenging week where we're looking at some conflict with our ego. We're looking at the universe really encouraging us in some more painful ways than others to get us moving again. Taking that time, caring for self, nurturing you, loving you, and of course healing you will go a long way in embracing all that this week offers you. If we get caught up in that heartache and pain of this shift that the universe is pushing us towards, well, we're going to miss out. We start to lower our vibration, so we miss these opportunities. We miss the possibilities that the week offers us. So we start to miss out. And when we miss out, that just amplifies the tower and it strikes again. Staying in that high vibration, staying open to the possibilities, to the wonder that the week offers, because it does offer a lot. We just need to stay in that high vibration. If you see in this card, it's got this kind of purpley swirly vortex that very much connects in to the tower. It can be really challenging to see above the yuck and muck of what we're currently dealing with. And that's what happens when we're stagnant. We can't see above. We can't see the opportunities and possibilities. The universe is going to help us. It is going to give us that strike, that push in the right direction, where we're going to be able to get ourselves dislodged so we can embrace that beautiful rainbow. So we have that calm after the storm, that beautiful rainbow that occurs after we have that lightning strike. And if you're newer to tarot, what I keep talking about with the lightning strike, in the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew in the Rider-Waite series, the tower, it has the storm clouds, it has the lightning bolt. That's what's created this crashing, booming. So we go back to that lightning bolt, the rainbow that happens after that strike, after the tower and the universe kicks you in the hiney and gets you going again, gets you unstuck. The universe, I know it may seem like it isn't so, but the universe is not vengeful. It's not after you in any way. The universe knows what you've contracted to learn, and when we're not learning it, it gives us plenty of opportunity to modify what it is we're choosing, because we do have that right of free will. However, the universe has put a clause in our contract that should we not engage in what it is we're supposed to, it's going to come in and it's going to make sure that we shift our gears. And that's what we're looking at. Energy of change that the universe has for us. This nudge in the right direction is going to really help us embrace the opportunities that the week is going to hold for us. We signed up to learn, and this week it's definitely a learning curve for you. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It truly helps people find me on the sea of YouTube, which of course helps to raise the vibration of those around you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way in 2021. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I do have a Patreon page. I've got lots of tiers and some amazing perks, which of course includes free readings and healings just for you. Additionally, I have a Patreon exclusive library of videos just for my supporters. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends.